Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Vegas Top Dogs YouTube channel, college football. We're ready for another exciting week of college football action. I have a special guest right there. That's big Eric Williamson. He's a big contributor at Vegas Top Dogs with picks, and he also posts a lot of articles. Eric, welcome to the show this week.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I heard you're going to share a few picks for us and also some props for Sunday's NFL. So I'm sure our followers and listeners will enjoy that.
Hope so.
All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, thumbs up. Be notified each and every week we put out a new video. No charge for these videos, so we sure hope you watch and enjoy them. Let's start with college football early kickoff action here with my selection. We're going to look at the 12 noon Eastern kickoff, Washington at Iowa. Big game here for Washington. They're off the huge win over Michigan last week. Remember, that was the rematch of the national championship. Washington won at home. That was an exciting game. But this team has been traveling a lot. The week before, last week, they played at Rutgers. Then they traveled cross-country back home, played another tough game against Michigan. Now they have to travel, to the Mideast here against Iowa. This is also their seventh straight week with a game. They started back in August. They haven't had a bye week yet. So injuries are starting to pile up for Washington, especially after a grinded-out game against a very tough Michigan team. And Iowa's tough here at home. They have a very good defense. They played Ohio State very tough in the first half, and then they had a bunch of turnovers in the second half. So I think this team is better than their 3-2 record, or 2-2 record, I should say. And I like Iowa here at home. They're favored for a reason. Look for Iowa to come up on top here and get the big win over the Washington Huskies on Saturday in that early kickoff. Eric, you have a selection for us?
I do indeed. We're looking to look at Texas going to Oklahoma. Now, Texas is a big favorite by 14. Now, the big thing here this weekend is Quinn Ewers is returning for Texas, which we all know he's a big favorite there in Texas, even though I think Arch Manning has done really well in his place. And Texas defense is really tough to move the ball on. But the only thing I have here is Oklahoma is a little more of an offensive problem. Texas hasn't quite faced an offense like the Sooners bring to the field. Sooners have been putting up 29 points a game. I like Oklahoma taking the 14 at home.
Yeah, it's a big number, and the Red River rivalry. It's a big game here.
Absolutely.
This week between
home dogs. I'm always a fan of the home dog personally.
Yeah, those big rivalry games. They say throw out the records and the numbers, anything could happen.
Absolutely.
All right. Before we get to my second selection here, be sure to visit VegasTopDogs.com. We have premium plays, sportsbook bonuses, articles, free picks, and more. VegasTopDogs.com. I'm going to have a big weekend of college and NFL picks posted here for the weekend. My second selection goes at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Let me find it here. There it is. And it's a big game. Number 4, Penn State. They really moved up in the rankings. There were a lot of upsets last week. There's a lot of big top 25 matchups this week. So Penn State travels out to USC. I think Penn State played a pretty easy schedule so far. Their first game was a bus trip, 3-hour ride, Penn State down to West Virginia. Then they played 4 straight home games against MAC opponents. Who did they play? Well, last week they played UCLA, but UCLA is down this year. So first true road game for Penn State. They have to travel cross country, taking on a tough USC team. A lot of team speed. They're tough at home, especially on their home field. And we're going to take the underdog here to get the upset. I like USC to win outright just to be safe. Let's take them plus the 5 points. USC, my selection here Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, good pick. I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, it should be a great game. I'm looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. So the next one I'm looking at here is Mississippi at LSU. Now, Mississippi has played some pretty easy offenses this season so far. I wouldn't quite say that Furman or Wake Forest are high potent offenses to really have to deal with, and they've handled their business there. Plus, on top of that, the Rebels offense has slowed down a little bit over the last couple of games with some tough SEC defenses. And with that being said, LSU has a very high, powerful offense. That team can certainly light it up, putting up 34 plus in 4 straight games. They're no joke. And I also feel that the key is going to be their quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, who has been really, really spectacular. He has filled in really well for Jaden Daniels since he's gone off to Washington, putting up 17 total touchdowns, over 1,600 yards. I like LSU getting 3 playing Mississippi.
Yeah, it should be another great game. A lot of big games this week in college football.
Definitely.
Hey, next time we have you on, I want you to go back to your piano there and play a little intro music for us.
Warm it up a little bit.
Hey, your Vikings are off to a great start in the NFL this year.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Hey,
I've read this book before. Doesn't always turn out the way I want it to, but I'm really hoping this one's a little different. It feels a little different.
We'll see. What do you have for us with NFL props?
Props, I'll tell you, the game that jumps out to me is Atlanta versus Carolina. I think is screaming for action. Carolina is a dumpster fire. They can't defend the pass. They can't defend the run. I like Kirk Cousins putting up 250 yards in the air and 2 tutties. And I also like Bijan Robinson for 50 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
Sounds good. Guys, if you're not betting the game, hop on a few player props. They're always fun to watch. Heck, those might be over by the third quarter, the way Carolina's playing, and you never know if their defense is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, recapping 4 plays, we have Iowa -3, USC +5, Oklahoma +14, LSU +3. Eric, thanks for spending some time with us and breaking down some football action.
My pleasure. Anytime.
All right, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again next week with college and NFL action. As always, good luck and be a winner.